good. We just had a throw right there at the very end, and it cost us the game. I thought we played fine with it. I can't recall the first game was the battle. Not the first game. The first ETC game was the Battlefield game, which is just riddled with questions as to how a lot of things happen. But
I mean, even that one play though. I mean, even the one play with where the mosh pit didn't got interrupted or whatever. There was still plenty of other times when we got caught in choke points and stuff where it's like I don't know that it's weird. It's like I don't know that we exactly even have like a team a comp problem. I mean, there's definitely, it's good to play on like the comforts, but one, it's like we could probably do better. I even if we just watched like one replay together and we don't have to go like into deep detail. Like Adam put up I watched an hour and a half thing that he did, which is very deep detail on every engage, there's a pause on every single you did this clear, wave wasn't clear, and that's valuable. But we could even just learn from hey guys, on Battlefield of Eternity, why would we fight in these choke points? Just even something like that, and noticing it on a stream, taking 30 minutes to watch through, and don't pause it. We just sit and watch through and comment on what's happening that we see.
It wasn't even just BOE. We did the same thing on Cursed Hollow, where just whenever we want to engage, we find the worst possible place to match.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, definitely. So I think some sort of quick VOD would be interesting.
Well, if I'm by myself, I'm gonna go at my pace.
Oh no, I'm not saying that what you're like I said, it's you had something of value. It's just that it's just that's a really long thing to
do. To me,
it's also too broad a spectrum for what our problems are. It's too many problems for one night.
Yeah.
I guess to me, I was pointing out just fundamental issues that we weren't having tonight, possibly because
right now we have the wave clear part of a rotation down. We need the bully part down. We need the.
I felt like our early game was extremely oppressive. It was just a team fight.
Great up until that last fight.
I honestly think this comp just needs to wipe them, and then worry about the shrines.
Personally, it feels like every team fight we take, even the ones we win, we end up giving up so much.
Yeah.
Be it abilities, positioning, even health bars. We just never end up in we never completely win a fight.
Well, I'm already watching it. I'm trying to figure out what went wrong, because I think it was just the mid to late game, just something was not clicking. Whether it was playing around each other's cooldowns, we could never actually get a team fight, but we kept taking them. Or what?
You know what? Hey, I'm watching this right now. You know what it was? On this, I think it was Uther. Uther stunned me. The thing you guys said couldn't happen.
What are you talking about?
So I'm watching the VOD of the Battlefield of Eternity. How we missed this. Let me see really quick. Done. Slide. Who stunned me? There's a little stun in there. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to
you see the Raynor Q come out.
Yeah, you see the Raynor Q come out, but that's not what stunned me.
Is still over your head.
Yeah, but you can tell that that's not what stopped it. You can see. Then you see stunned above my head. If we watch it.
Did he de-shield himself so he could walk into it?
Maybe it's not Uther. Maybe it's Kerrigan's not in it, so I think she might have put the thing under me. See, Kerrigan's not under it. Yeah, it's Kerrigan. Kerrigan did not get hit by the.
Oh, I thought you got a 4-man.
No,
I could have swore that was a 4-man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. If you watch a VOD, she uses her.
Because it was a 4-man arrow. I can tell you that much.
It was. The slide went in. It just did not catch her. It was a 3-man mosh.
It's okay. Hold on. Time out. So how did Raynor and Uther and Kerrigan end up on the outside, but it was a 3-man mosh? I'm not trying to say you were wrong.
No, I think he's saying Uther was in it.
Yeah, it's a 3-man mosh. Malthael, Diablo, and Uther all got moshed.
Oh, okay. The Uther wasn't.
All 5 of them were down there. All five people were down there.
It could even be a 4 because Kerrigan can cast it like beforehand. There's a little bit of a delay. But
Yeah,
if it was that
she got
early,
stunned. She got stunned, but she's the only one that did not get hit by my slide, so she was able to walk out.
Fuck.
right? I think I'm seeing a problem with like this with the fighting here, but like you guys aren't watching with me, so I'm probably gonna just duck out.
I want at least a little hint.
Well, okay, let me rewind it and like slow it down a little bit because I was listening to what you were saying about that other game. All right, so I should go back to the start of the shrine, just play it. Okay, we're a little ahead in experience as this thing is being activated by us. We probably no, it's a little far off, but we could try to get to 7 if we wanted to. I'm talking about shrines right now. So, okay, we have 7 to 0, and Lit bounces stitches into us, and Doc, you slide immediately, and he's already on the wrong side of you because he got bounced into us. All you need to do is body block for as long as you can, and then slide him as he starts to go around you to try and escape. You can watch it in the video I'm gonna post of me watching it, but like I also don't expect you to slide him, so we stun him both at the same time. And if we get stitches here, we automatically get this shrine, but we like fucked up with our cooldowns.
I also think in a lot of situations our positioning is a little bit weird.
Yeah, you're kind of like right up Doc's asshole right now.
Yeah, that's the tightest thing though. I'm not quite comfortable with his new range, so I just kind of jump my ass in there.
And so
it's also the other thing is
okay, one second. I'm gonna watch the rest of this fight.
Around the corner.
So
I'm out of range.
So then they pop dragon, and we get out in different directions, which is fine. You're dead, but we kind of managed to not just like completely lose. Yeah, I save Lit, and then we're all out. We could recover and regroup. Felice is pushing top here. He's gonna get some tower damage. And then they're at 13. We don't really have to come in yet without Tychus. Okay, you're up. You're on your way back. We're tied in shrine right now. They're pulling ahead a little bit. Okay. So then we decide to re-engage. It looks like Valise might be tunneling, but we approach from different angles. Doc walks right up the middle, and the rest of us go around the backside. So we're like really split up for the start of this fight. Like, even if you had like walked straight up, we could probably just evaporate stitches right now. Okay, and then again, you're like sliding into our team when we're trying to keep somebody in, and like a body block would be like pretty preferable. Like, and then you could use the slide to take care of like a Nubarak and get out of this freeze that catches you. I think you're actually using your defensive slides like a little bit too preemptively, like especially when we're like in a position to try and like pick a like a hero that doesn't have mobility options. We don't need to lock them down.
Let me just play the devil advocate on this.
Sure.
If I did the opposite, if I stood there, or if I slid into their team instead of away from their team, then we lost, we'd be talking about how I did it, how I was too aggressive, and nobody was able to follow up on the damage. And so it's one of those situations where I've watched video after video on how to play ETC, and I'm not saying that I'm like a great ETC player. I obviously have issues because my win rate does not reflect good play. But all of them say slide away from them. You need to get on the side of them and then slide into your team.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't have slid into our team. I'm saying that it wasn't the opportune moment yet.
Okay, well, ETC is like the squishiest tank in the entire game, and that KTZ was harassing me like crazy.
I understand
and
that.
Nobody was doing anything about it. I died almost. I went down to 10% every time he wanted to attack me.
Their tanks are so aggressive. Like, they're crazy aggressive. Like, all we need you to do is to eat that damage and get out safely. But if you don't have your slide up, like, after baiting the damage is why you're dying. And if you use your E, like, in response to being targeted, like, I can heal you and stack the armor to, like, help, like, mitigate the situation. But, like, I think you'll see it if later you're looking at what I'm looking at. Because, it's kind of clearer if you see it, like, in the
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're saying, and so whenever we play again, I will do exactly what you're saying. I am totally open to trying these things, but
I get what you're saying.
If the response is, hey, you died too fast because you stayed in there too long, don't be giving me shit about it. That's all I'm saying.
I completely understand. I know the plight of trying to play the tank and being like, oh, you're too aggressive. You're not peeling enough, and just everything is always your fault. But I get it. I really do. I've been in that situation. But in this particular instance, I think this is a good slide. Yeah, we want this. Yeah, and this is why we don't this slide, because it's like we want the pick and you're sliding to the other side of him to start the body block. Body blocking is just like, it's your real like crowd control with ETC, because you could do it whenever you want, and you should be like looking for opportunities for it. Like, it should be one of like the top things on your list of like your checklist of like, do I want this right now? But yeah, like the third slide is like perfect, and it allows us to defend this immortal really easily and not really give up any siege damage for it.
And I'm not opposed to the criticism. I'm totally fine with it, and I'm totally up for doing the things that is asked, and I will do it. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, on Wednesday when we do it, I do not want to hear about how I stayed too long.
I'm not saying that it's never the right decision to do what you did. I'm just saying, like, in that particular context, I think you'll see it was like really obvious that you needed to hold it. But like not in a way that like if you're not super comfortable with ETC, it would be obvious. Just like, oh, in the situation where you're watching the replay and you have like 20 seconds to go, like, oh, what would I do here? What would be the optimal thing to do? It's really clear you want to like just body block and wait for him to try and like get around you and then stun, because he has nowhere to go. He can't do anything.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. But again, I want to reiterate, I'm not trying to like just have the tank skate.
No, I'm not feeling picked on or anything. That's not a problem at all.
And I'm also pointing it out because you said you want to get better at ETC, and he's not your favorite right now. So
I really do like ETC.
All right, speed this up a little bit. Disrupting the rotation. I like that. You probably didn't have vision. Not you, Lit. Probably didn't have vision to know that the circle had gone down from Alexstrasza. Felice is getting beat up in the solo lane a bit. Okay, wait. Let's rewind this a little bit. Watch this interaction. So we have 10 and they have 9. We should really be looking to take something from them. So, what are we doing? We just lost this camp and we're clearing it, which kind of sucks dick. But they still have a whole level to go, and we're about to get 10. He turns around at the last possible moment. The Stitches almost died. So right now, I think we should actually, the call should be to take their bruisers. Like, they're pretty far from getting 10. If they try to stop us, they just die. Instead, we go for a Nubarak. This is a good slide. Wait for the bump, i.e. Good. Alright, we get this kill. Even more so now, I think we want to just take their bruisers. That's one thing we weren't looking to do, is like force, and like the worst case scenario is that we bait out the Alexstrasza activation and just walk away prior to the shrine. Yeah, because she has it up right now. She's top lane. Lit in this moment. I'm gonna just hop out of Discord so I'm not bugging anybody if anyone's still here, because I'm just sort of narrating for the video now to an audience.
But you guys have a good night. I'll be on tomorrow if anybody wants to play some games, but then see you guys Wednesday if not.
I'll probably be around.
All right, cool.
Better.
See you.
So Lit, I think you probably could have saved the trap here, just because, like, if contextually no one's going to be able to follow up. But if they step up here like they are to punish you for your positioning, like, you know your team is here. If you still have this tool available, watch what happens. Okay, ETC slides through. Throw down your mine. I stun Greymane, hopefully. And then you can just detonate this. Actually, maybe you got another one up. Never mind. This fight's probably fine. Although, being able to save probably won't happen. You know, in this situation, I probably would have walked down this way and slid away, just to waste as much of their time as possible, and we might even be able to get, like, a tower, but I don't know. Yeah, none of this is ready to come down. Should have walked toward him. I think I get you out with the armor, Bacon. Yeah. 40. So we get a 2-for-1 here. And we're up a level. Yeah, it'd probably just take ours. The problem is our cooldowns here. We used everything. Dragon Queen's not gonna be up for a while. I think a legitimate option right now is to just go top and push this shit in. Like, trade fort for fort. Because with the way our cooldowns look, I think that's gonna happen anyway. Instead, we're posturing, we're without Valise. Like, I don't even... Yeah, we shouldn't even be here. We have no ultimates up. Like, this is terrible. This is terrible. We should just be taking top fort and looking to trade bottom fort when they finish the shrine. And if they send people away, like to split us, they either have to send everybody, and we just disengage. We just, like, and it's gonna take them a while. We'll have D-shield up. We'll have isolation, and if they don't send everybody, we can take that fight. If they leave somebody behind to do the shrine, we can just defend it anyway. Like. And it'll take them a long time. If with one person, if they leave Greymane, that's all their team fight. If they They can't leave anybody. They have to all come as 5, or they have to commit to this and just trade forts. All right. Well, this fight shouldn't be happening. So let's take that. So the analysis of this fight we'll take with a grain of salt, because we shouldn't be here to begin with. But let's see how, like, tactically what we end up doing. Now, try not to make this video too long, given the commentary earlier. So we're pretty low right now. Like, a couple of us are tapping. Okay, we're all tapping. And then, this is not... I don't know about this. We're split up. We're in 3 different angles right now, because they're all on the point. Okay. This is not bad. This is not bad. Weirdly enough, I think the context here is that either you wait for Stitches to try and escape, because he's just standing here autoing, and the moment he turns to get these heals, then you stun him, like, and knock him back into us, or you slide straight onto this and knock everyone off of it. And you definitely want to be taking either Echo Pedal or Pinball Wizard. Loudspeakers. Yeah, Pinball Wizard is okay. We don't really need the wave clear, so Pinball Wizard would do, like, a lot of damage and negate this heal, or deny it. Which would be quite good. But also, it just allows you to do, like, your passively, you'd be killing these, like, a few of these minions with your Echo Pedal, and also, like, helping damage the Stitches. But you're doing AoE to everybody. So now, yeah, and then the bump was a little bit premature too. Like, it's minor. It's not making or breaking this fight. I'm just noting that like, you used your W right before you started moving. Like, just a little bit of patience, a little bit of, like, watching what your target's doing. So stun. Okay. How did we lose Junkrat? Okay, yeah. Traded Junkrat for Stitches. Like, we can't really do anything there, like, about the Greymane. If he wants to dive in and kill you, if you don't have your, like, grenade up and maybe even already under you, like, the way we were positioned with Elise up here and, like, we engaged on Stitches, there was no way to save you. The best we can do is 2 for 1 right now. Nope. So, again, this fight shouldn't be happening. But we have Divine Mosh up. The only problem is I'm now out of mana from, like, just having... This is a sustained fight right now. We've come in twice now. We've traded 1 for 1. But, like, to do that, we have Uther. We have to have these decisive fights where we come in when our cooldowns are down, and we have mana, and we're ready to go. Like, we're having the sustained pokey battle here that, like, Uther can't be a part of. Like, he can't work that way. So I'm actually going to lane to get this globe, just so I can, like, get D-shield here, and then this, yeah, that happens. What I would do instead, at this point, they're down Stitches. Like, and I would say that, like, you could have taken notice now that they're, like, super aggressively running their tanks into us. A 2-man Mosh that nets 2 kills is worth it every time. And if it's 2 tanks, even better, because then they can't. They're just out of the fight completely. And I would say a good rule of thumb is, if your Q doesn't stun anyone, don't mosh pit. Because there is like a little bit of a startup time. Okay. You need to slide right now. Yeah, and that's just a Dahaka thing. Like, if you know how long drag lasts, like if you're like really on top of that. Otherwise, like earlier, better late than never, or better early than late, rather. So, defense time. We're getting value out of this camp that we took. Getting value out of release. I pre-healed you there by accident. I thought I timed it right, but I did not get you the Guardian of the Ancient Kings. Okay. Why is this? Why is he alive? What is going on right now? Okay. Okay. So you kind of saved him with that. Let's go back again. What did we take here? Face melt. This sounds better than it is. It can be okay, but we have grenade, we have hammer of justice, we have the Junkrat displacement. I don't think we need a slow on top of it. But like, I know why you would take it, because the other ones aren't like amazing either. Encore can be amazing in the right situations, and so can mic check. I usually don't take face melt. It just fades really quickly, and it's usually irrelevant, because if you are using your W properly, you're like body blocking and pushing them into your team, and the slow doesn't really have much of an effect. Mic check can be awesome too. Like, so Stitches and like a noob go in, and Greymane dives on top of that. If you bump, like, slide into our team to peel and bump multiple of them, you can just keep bumping them back. Like, it takes the cooldown down to 4 seconds. It's pretty crazy. So I pre-heal you, which is bad, like by a fucking fraction of a second. Okay, so here comes a noob. Get rid of that. Watch this. He uses his only escape tool. You now know that he is stuck with our team. And that Greymane, like, that was perfect, actually. That was amazing. This should be a dead Anubrak. So he stuns me. You should just be walking right here. All you need to do is walk right here. Like, I'm already part of a wall that you can make. And that forces him to walk up, in which case you can slide him, or, like, all the way around, like, to where his team wants to be. Like, Greymane was coming with him right here when he got bumped by Great Junkrat, and the Immortals here. If they go north, like, it's a... Regardless, just walk up to him. It doesn't matter where, really. It doesn't. So, here he's getting through. You want, like, the body block didn't work. Like, ideally, you would want to have been body blocking, but if you didn't get there in time or something, you see him walking by you, you slide to the other side of him. You slide like this, and get into a position where the face melt helps us kill him. Instead, you blast him away, and then, yeah. I get cocooned. So your cooldowns are down, we can't do anything else. This is fine. If you had waited like a split second longer, you could have bumped him back into release for the little bit of extra damage. I know there's like the closer it is to the center, there's the more damage, but like if it's at full health, you can always just turn it around, like make sure. If you overshoot it, you can come back, like unless it's about to die, and even then, the displacement being on the right side of them is worth giving up a little bit of the damage. So micro adjustments we could do there. And I think that's a thing that I'm going to start pointing out. It's like when something is a macro adjustment and when it's a micro one. We're still ahead of level here. Our focus should be to take camps, clear waves, and make sure we get to 16 first. Right now, that is the thing that we should be focusing on more than anything else. Okay. We don't care about this. You need to be over here. There's 2 heroes right here. 3. This is not an acceptable amount of commitment. We're like vulnerable while we're doing this camp. And you can clear that wave from over here. Okay, so here's this. Tahaka's coming in. We are now committed to this fight. Valise, you need to have said something. I didn't hear anything about what this was happening. Our cooldowns are Riptire. That's it. So, given the position we're in now, Valise, you're probably gonna just want to cut like south, like here, and like group up with the team. I don't think you could do enough to keep KTZ out of this. If you want, you can isolate him and then come help us peel. So hopefully we can blow someone up. This slide is okay. I think it's a little better if you just walk in here behind me. Maybe even W. If you had mic check. Yeah. You could W both of them and then walk with me. And, you know, within like 4 seconds you'll have it back. If they chase us and Lit's in position, Bacon's in position now, you can slide through them again and body block and W them in, and we can like collapse on them while Valise is here. But this is fine too. Like Bacon doesn't turn around though. Here we go. Bacon turns, and now oh man, we're just so split up. Now that we have Dragon, we need to leave, but we're in such a goofy position for it. And the thing about this bump is they probably wouldn't chase us. And the reason that's good is that we want to disengage whenever possible. If we can disengage without using your slide, that like will allow you to take opportunities. Like we could have probably gotten Greymane there if you bumped them and then saved your slide. Because D-Shield is up, Divine Mosh would do a lot here. Also, just like locking down Anubarak. We have not yet punished this Anubarak once for diving into our back line, using his only means of escape and aggressively cocooning one of our backliners. He should blow up for this, like without D-Shield, without some kind of protection mechanic. Oof. So we baited out the Alex Strasza. We now have 120 seconds to get things done. We could invade this camp. We could aggressively get 16. Like by taking a fort. We're standing in the middle. finished request. She's doing request. 90 seconds. We see we're about to hit 16. We have 75 seconds. There's no reason this fort should still be up. Alright, I think this pick is fine. But could we have done it better? That's what I want to know. Okay. So take this camp. Alright. We're setting up. We're setting up. Okay. We know now that a new Brack is going to die with a cocoon. That should just be in the back of your mind. Okay. Valise isn't here yet. Everyone's pretty close behind you. We can definitely make this work. What happens, though? The W. This should just be a two-man mosh on Alexstrasza and KTZ. This is, like, perfect. If you just slide them here and activate the mosh pit, with D-Shield, Anubrak can't do anything. Like, generally speaking, you don't want to W after you slide in if you're looking for mosh. Like, just get a couple targets in the slide and then just hit R right away if you successfully hit your slide. But like 13 minutes in, that's an acceptable use of mosh. It would be better if we got Alexstrasza, but that's fine. With this 40-second timer, we need to make something happen. We get Tychus out. We still have 60 seconds on Dragon Queen. I don't know why we're walking away. Like, "25 seconds on the shrine." Yes. Please be a dead Stitches. Okay. Great. Gotta see. Okay, so Stitches is gonna die. Okay, this is a good slide. I used my E already, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's up in 2 seconds. The immediate boop. This is what I'm talking about. For one thing, you're in position already. I wish this was easier to just rewind by like 2 seconds. This is like the key to good ETC play. It's you slide onto your target and you see that you're in a great position to cut them off. You use your stun time to walk ahead of them, like, and partially body block. Like, if it was cut like this, you'd be in a even better position. But if just keep walking. You were parallel with her. You had the time to just put yourself in her way. Just try and walk, absorb some tower shots, use your armor, and then, like, for one thing, you can bump her at the last second. As she starts to, if she ever starts to round the corner around you, then bump her. Like, so you get like the maximum time of her being able to not retreat. But also, if you bump her right here in this animation, she dies. Like, if you interrupt the transformation on her ult, the channel, to this purple bar, we get this kill. I also could have interrupted it. I was not thinking about this. So both of us should have been plagued with more awareness of, like, what we can interrupt. Technically, no, Riptire doesn't come out fast enough. But yeah, like, we both messed up here, definitely. But if she dies if she doesn't have this, like, obviously the bump is good. Like, it will kill her if she didn't have, like, this ult up. But at the same time, you didn't need to use it. Like, body blocking is amazing with ETC. It's just so good. It's like your third form of CC. Like, his kit is so well positioned. Like, the way he can just go through people and position at will, and then right as they think they're about to get away, you just bump them back. Like if you're just doing the like shuffle, like matching their walk, you can effectively root them for like 3 seconds. Like, it's not actually a root, but you get so much value with just your walk and your big fat body. Yep, good slide. That one's on us for sure. Like, I don't know why that happened. So Alex Strauser comes back. They're still down 2 heroes. Honestly, let's see. Felice comes back in. Okay. Okay, this displacement, you have to say something. Like, we cannot just be like, oh yeah, Greymane's just gonna come flying into our team. Like, you need to say, like, mine or flip or something to put us, like, in a mindset to capitalize on this. So, like, we're all walking away, like, trying to do minions here. Like, slide. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm so bad. I hammered that way too early. Do we have tongue up? Nope. Yeah, he just gets away. Yeah, that's my bad. So bad. I think isolation would be fine here, though. Like, you know, Greymane has mobility. Just getting... Anytime you can get a kill for a 60-second cooldown, take it. God, I shouldn't have held on to that hammer. Bad support. I'm curious, folks. What exactly are you looking to do with this? Like, it's one thing, like, he could be dead, but, like, he has auto attacks. Kel'Thuzad is literally cocooned if you silence him. He's just out of the fight. So now we're focusing on getting shrines. Like, they should be dead already. Like, they shouldn't have 5 up. That's our problem, is that we didn't utilize our cooldowns, like, properly. Like, we didn't blow somebody up when we had the opportunity. And we're about to pay for it. Walking into Dragon Queen. No. Okay, yeah. For you're alone and walking into Dragon Queen. No. No. If the moment, like, we cross this line as a team, we have to heal, regroup, and then push back in from the same place. As soon as you commit to walking out this way, you don't come back into this area without us. Like, same with us. We do not come back in without you. Whichever way we want to come back in, we have to do it all together. If we chase this Anubarak in, no, we're down our tank. We cannot. Okay, get out. They're dead. Yeah, just walking away from Dragon Queen. Like, it is so much easier to deny value from this with 5 people alive. I definitely think you just isolate KTZ anytime he's in front of you. Just go for it. Like, that distance, it's so much potential value. And we're like an Uther composition. We can't afford to like wait for the perfect moment. We gotta proactively make plays. It like took 0 damage. Okay. Again, we stack our stuns. And it's because there's, like, no communication. My hammer goes down on him at the same time you slide. And I'm willing to take the blame for that one. I should just expect that you're going to slide him. Like, I don't technically know if you have slide up, but if you don't, I'm probably dead anyway. Just because, like, you wouldn't have gotten into position, and 1 stun isn't going to keep a Grey Mane from chasing me down. So, we managed to bait all that out without losing anybody. The Divine Shield and Mosh are now down. I think we have to play a little bit more passively now and give up this keep. Like, we have to proceed from this point with all of our players alive. And as you can see, Divine Shield would be up in 4 seconds. I think we really need to save the Mosh. I think you could have saved me with just your base kit and not your heroic. Because, like, I get the armor when I cast my spells on other people. But yeah, that's the game. If, like, think about it this way. This late in the game, we're on 50-second, like, respawn timers. We give them the keep. We Divine Mosh. If we manage to wipe them, we can push. We can take a keep. With 50 seconds, we absolutely can take a keep. We go bot lane where the lane is closest to the fort. Boom, boom. Like, it would with 50 seconds, we could do it. Especially if they stagger their deaths at all. Completely get back in this game. All we needed to do was give up this keep and, like, get one big play for a team fight. Instead, we kind of committed resources in a staggered manner, and yeah. So I very close. Like, our early game was very strong. We had every opportunity to just extend our leads and like take advantages from them when we were up like talent tiers. I think we just played just a step behind in terms of like decision making. Like, anyway, I'm just gonna end this so I don't rant for too long and make the video take forever.